Here we are, not quite the third week of May, so let's see what we got on the plot. We've got our leeks that we sowed there ready to be planted out into the plot. Our few carrots, didn't do so well with the carrots, so I think I forgot to water them at one time, but they're coming on. We'll get some early carrots with a carrot root fly. We've got some beetroot which are doing nicely. I'm told that the tops are quite nice to eat as well, and of course our lovely row of lettuce, they're looking really nice too. And the beauty is no slugs. The way I built this was to make sure that the slugs couldn't get in. World beater peppers, I think I've got one coming up, but never mind, can't win them all, can we? So there we go, there's the whole plot. As you can see, it's all looking very leafy. So we'll start from the end as we did last month and the month before and the month before that, and we start up here with our broad beans. Now then, these were the beans that I sowed in December and another sowing in January. They've recovered, but I've only got half what I sowed, but they're not looking too bad. They've got some flowers on, look. And then of course our famous garlic. They're only famous because they get featured in every video so far, and they're coming on nicely. We've had some rain in the last couple of weeks, and all the water buttons are filled. Now there's the broad beans that I put in as plants. I sowed them at home and brought them here as plants, and they are doing better than the ones that were sown in the ground. So I'm really up for that. For my book now, that is going to be the way I should do it. Well, I should probably do both. Our parsnips, they're doing okay. There was a mixture. Some were sown directly in the grain, some were sown in the tubes in our cold frame there behind me, and they did quite well. And then the peas, of course, they're the ones that I sowed in guttering, and then I planted them out, and they're looking very nice. In fact, I can just see the start of some flowers on them. So this end of the plot is looking good. Here's our strawberries. These were the runners that I planted out earlier on this year, and they've got flowers on. They've taken quite nicely, look. So I shall let them bear fruit. They do say that you should take the fruit off, but these are last year's. We had strawberries on them last year, so they're in their second year. So we'll come on round gently. There's our sprout plants. I've put them out now. They went out last week. I put them out just before the rain. That helps to settle them in. At the far end there, I've got some autumn cauliflowers, which is good. There's my big compost bin that's been well topped up now, and that's going down nicely. In front of the compost bin I've got Ailsa Craig and Moneymaker tomatoes. I like to grow them together like that. Very often they're cross-pollinated and you'll get a really nice tasty tomato. Asparagus, well, we had a lot of rain. Now the sun's come out. I've got a carpet of weeds that I'm having a job to sort out between the asparagus shoots. So I'm going to leave the weeds for a little bit, and then when they're big enough to get my fingers around them, I'm going to pull them all out. That's my excuse anyway. My excuse for leaving them, I mean. Remember, I planted a potato in a dustbin. The dustbin one's doing really well. Look at that, it's looking good. Then I put quite a few into a bath, and as you can see, they're doing okay. But I uncovered them a couple of days back, and I think the cold affected them a bit, so they're not looking so healthy. But I'm sure they're going to be okay. I'm going to dig them early and see what we. Then we've got our shallots, which were planted on the shortest day, and I do believe they should be ready for collecting on the longest day. And then right over the far back there, I've got a couple of pumpkins. I'm keeping them away from the other pumpkins, which are at the end of the plot, so they don't cross-pollinate. Then we've got all our potatoes, which are looking very healthy. So there's my courgettes, green bush. Oh, potatoes don't look too bad from here, do they? I was quite pleased that I covered those with polythene to keep the frost off. It was well worth doing that. There's another row of peas that I put in from I soaked them until they were chitting. I just got them going on a bit of kitchen towel. That chitted them up, and then I put them out, and now they're beginning to show through now, which I'm quite pleased about. The spinach has gone to seed, so that's ready to be cutting off into compost. And we go with our courgettes again, they're looking okay. Then we come along to our interesting bit. I'm trying something slightly different this year. Complementary growth. At the far end there, I've got cob nut, a squash. In between those, I've planted some sunflowers to give them a certain amount of protection from the sun. And then I've got a row of tomatoes. Then I've got sweet corn. That's to divide the squash from my pumpkins, which are up here, to minimise cross-pollination. And then I've got growing in amongst the squash, no sorry, in amongst the pumpkins, there's no pumpkin plant. I've got sweet corn also. That's just to give a little bit of shade. And then over the back there, I've just planted set out my first row of French beans. And then I'll put in a couple of, well, 3 cabbages there, and an autumn spear broccoli, and 1 red cabbage, and another broccoli over the back there. I thought I'd give them a try this year. Remember last month I showed you this plant? All the pigeons love the flowers by the look of it. Well, it is a broccoli that grows on the seashore. I think I said that last month. Well, I tried it and it tasted awful. So I think that is going to get a miss. I might carry on letting it grow purely for the seed, so I can say I'm helping nature. And there's our other couple of pumpkins there. Patron Musique, yeah, Musique de Provence. Musique de Provence, if I've said it right. I'm sure somebody will put me right if I haven't. The pond is doing okay. I can't see any tadpoles. I don't know if they survived or not. There was certainly a lot of spawn, but I don't know where it went. There's a lot of newts in there. I don't know if newts eat frog spawn. That grapevine, which is Cabernet, is doing well. Nice new leaves on. That one over there is a Merlot, and he's got nice new leaves on. And then our apple tree, of course, and that's loaded, got loads and loads of apples on. And right over the back there, a couple of dustbins once again with potatoes in. I'm not sure which ones to tip out first. I'm dying for some nice new potatoes. I had a few that I scratched off the side last week and they were lovely, but only the size of, say, walnuts. So there you go. That's the plot from May into June. I would imagine in the next few weeks this is all going to turn into a great big bushy plot if we have some sunshine. I think summer is actually starting today by the feeling. So